when you're spending every day on your own. And here it goes, I'm just a kid and my life is a nightmare. I'm just a kid, I know that it's not fair. Nobody cares cause I'm alone in the world is having more fun than me tonight. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. I think I have a extra light on here. Oh yeah, let's get that turned off. The good times. Okay. So before we get started, everyone check out at Hey David Don and at King Mavs Forever over on Twitter. We got Standoff Chart and King Mavs over on the Veve app. You got Kobe Collection Omi Player One over on the YouTube. You got at Wraithx.eth domain name. You got Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin Cheeks, Veve, Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, Veve Dark Link, Veve Lemon, I'm sorry, Meta Lemon, I apologize, and Veve Vibes, all on the YouTube. You have at Nomad with Guitar, at Wet Wizard Veve, and Gary O at 1234CA3, all on the Twitter. Okay, so I have a bunch of ideas, but first I do want to reiterate the point that whoever's here that has been here for a little while, or that has, or maybe you're not. Maybe you've been here for a year or more, like I have, or you've been here for a couple of months. There are going to be haters. There are going to be people that might be your family, they might be friends, they might be close to you, and they'll just like, oh yeah, sure, call me when you're rich. Yeah, okay, yeah, I know your real financial situation, and they don't. So I don't want to come out here and just only be like, hey, everything's always positive. There are some times where, like, again, on Reddit, Reddit is like cancer. You don't really want to go on there all positive. You'll get, chopped down, whatever. But I went to talk to my friend Greg before. Omi is like really complicated to buy. It's like, we could try to figure it out, but if you really just want to get your feet wet in crypto, just buy Bitcoin. And again, this is advice I'm telling him. This is not financial advice. But then I had somebody comment, like he was really cool about it. He just commented on Facebook and he like tagged me in it, and he's just like, hey, I'm going to investing in Bitcoin, like my close friend Randy Chavez. It's going to be tough, but worth it in the end. So you get a hater, you get somebody that come, the trolls that come on, says, don't do it. It's best to consult with a real financial advisor unless you're willing to lose your money. Now, fair point. You probably should, in general, consult with a... Honestly, I can't even in good conscience say that, because my good friend Mark, one of my best friends in life, his financial advisor is like gotten in his ears, like, hey man, I think I might sell Omi for some land I want to buy. Or so I was like, oh Mark, please do not. And he's like, my financial advisor doesn't believe in it. I was like, your financial advisor's a freaking idiot. And again, just because you don't believe in Omi doesn't mean you're an idiot. It just means that you're not familiar with it. It just means that you're not up to date with everything that the company's doing. And how can you? There's so much crazy stuff that goes on every single day. I have enough content for one stream and one video per day, like minimum, bare minimum. Sometimes it's more, and that's what I feel like I have to, not necessarily the stuff that I would want to. But anyway, so I go and just kind of argue that, well, trillions of dollars, I believe, is going to go into Bitcoin over the next 2 Bitcoin halvings, which would be over the next, next Bitcoin halving 2024. After that should be 2028. But let's just go super conservative. Let's say over the next 7.5, 8 years. If you think that Bitcoin's not going to be worth multiple $1 trillion by that point, I don't know what to tell you. That's lunacy. But again, you get a lot of people haters. They'll try to twist facts. They'll try to make up lies about you, just because they feel better about themselves. So don't, just ignore them, block them, do whatever you got to do. But as far as growing the Veve hobby, I have decided that for podcasts, I'll still interview who I want to interview. Like, I still have a bunch of interviews lined up. But I also want to go and really start getting, and obviously the last couple of guests have been great. Greg Schultz and and Amar Singh, most recently, the last few. And I want to continue to do that. I want to, even if they have next to nothing to do with Omi and Veve. Now, obviously, Greg and Amar have, Amar being the artist that, gets everyone together and is able to bring Pride to us. And he announced, Pride 2 coming in a couple weeks. And then Greg obviously said he's having a lot of Omi. He's got a lot of Anakin Skywalker lightsabers. But I really want to bring a lot of, and I had Darcy Donovan on, who again has, I don't know if she has Omi. She has Veve NFTs. I'm sure she has Omi as well. But the idea would be to bring on a lot of people with a lot of followers, because those followers would go and get people. Those followers would just watch the interview, and they'd be like, "Oh, this is interesting. I'm going to watch this because it's my favorite person." And then they're going to be like, "What is this Randy Chavez talking about with Veve and Omi?" And the guests that I got on generally were at least at some part associated with Veve and Omi in some way, whether they were just into it, investing in it, they knew me. But I think in the future, I do want to bring people on, whether it's like other athletes or actors, whoever they are, that maybe don't have anything to do with the company just because of their following, and that's a good way to grow the hobby. Comment down below if you think that's dumb. Comment down below if you think any other suggestions. I'm just spitting ideas out here. What I'm also going to ask everyone to do, outside of smashing that like button, well, actually, it's going to be that. It's going to be smashing that like button. That'd be a free way to help support the channel. Love that. That NFT Pirates down there. From a year ago, interview with Veve Flipper to discuss the future of Veve. Oh, that's pretty cool. Wild that we see stuff from like a year ago. So, moving on. I'm going to go answer comments, and we'll go from there. Oh yeah, so before I do that, I had asked Kathy Wood. I was like, hey, can you come on the podcast? I asked Nancy Mace, hey, can you come on? So I'm gonna just start asking everybody. Most people probably say no, but the people that say yes, like again, if you want to start a channel, if you want to do whatever, most people are going to tell you no. But every now and then someone will tell you yes. I've gone on, Meta Lemons and at Poba G's channel, like when they had like no followers. I was like, all right, yeah, we'll just do it for the, if nobody had given me a chance, when I'd first started, then I might not be here. So, definitely got to pay that forward. No Guitar says, Sky Daddy? What's going on? Bill Garner says, what's up, Randy? I hope you're doing well, Bill Garner. You are a homie. Got David M saying, hey, Randy, you the man. Oh, no, I'm just, thank you. Wes says, Kathy Wood's track record is pretty bad. I'm going to push back on that right away. Kathy Wood's track record she's pretty boss. She's pretty baller. Says, look at Art get cut 70% in less than a year. And before that, she was mediocre. Best financial advisor. No, she is absolutely sees things that nobody else sees. Is, in my opinion, like our generation's Warren Buffett. But again, look at stuff in the NASDAQ that, more than half of I think like 60% of every stock in the NASDAQ was down 50% plus. I think like 30% was down over 75%, and I think a good like 8 to 10% was down more than 90%. So it's like, okay, that is down, sure, but everyone's down. You can make the argument that like, okay, well, she could have, and she could have covered, which she probably did, in her personal accounts. But like, okay, well, I'm gonna maybe short here and cover here just because that's her thing, and the ARK Invest has to be long-term stuff because that's what she agreed to. But yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb, and dare I say that Kathy was probably one of the best. You don't get to where she is with being mediocre at best. Gabriel Guadalupe says, saludos, Randy. Saludos. Green Goblin says, what's up, Dashy? Do you ever get tired of listening to your human friend? Yeah. For the most part, Dashy really only hears me talk a few hours a day. Because outside of, unless I'm on the phone with someone, if somebody wants to voice chat, I'll be like, There's always people in like Discord that'll be like, hey, can you hop on the Discord voice chat? Dude, I speak so often. I talk so much. And I try to go in spaces. I really do. But my throat just gets destroyed. So Dashy actually doesn't hear me all that often. Dashy hears me about as often as you guys hear me. It's actually about the same. You guys might even hear me more if y'all be like, oh, what did he say? Let me play this back. or let me watch this video again because I really like it. If you guys do that, you hear me more than Dashy. Like outside of this, I don't have company over. I don't have friends over. I will at some point. I mean, I don't know. So at some point over the next few months, I'm moving. I don't know where. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know where, but I don't know how I'm going to. If it's within New York, Long Island, obviously I'll bring Dashy. Getting Dashy to Florida is going to be such a pain. That's going to be so insane. And what am I supposed to do when I travel? Moving on. Donna Marie says, "LOL, Green Goblin." Green Goblin says, "Hey, what's up, Randy? Been crushing it more than normal lately. I'm trying my very best. I mean, maybe I should just stick with what works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I will do my very best. I'll keep on trying. And then we try some more. Stay together." Sorry, it's Viridian City. Just got stuck in my head. Place worth fighting for. Rob Stone with a super chat. It's like, "Randy, my throat gets destroyed." Chavez. Oh, so I forget who did it. It was a really funny. I think it was Lori Brenner. It was a really funny tweet where somebody had said, yeah, it was 10 GSBK. I don't know who they are. Says, "I love Taps trades, but I'm not sure on this video title. Not sure I want his reasons on why he is bullish and full market." Okay, so what it means is full market analysis. You can't see that there. Let me make this look. It says full market analysis, but the analysis was cut off to only say the first 4 letters. So somebody makes fun of the comment, just like, "I don't know why I want to hear how bullish and full market, those first 4 letters." So then Lori Brenner goes in and she says, "Rumor is Taps Trades and Real Randy Chavez did share a room at DCon, allegedly." And of course we did. And somebody else says, "Rumor is there was what was described as a Deshaun Watson type message set up, but TMZ Veve could only find this video posted by Mr. Chavez." You guys are awesome, by the way. And that's a video of me getting Taps twerking. Go give Taps a follow. Go give him a subscribe. Go give him a like. We love his stuff. And he continues to say, "Thanks for always being there for the community." So cool, peeps. So yeah, that one might get me a little. Randy, my throat gets destroyed. Chavez. Yeah, probably shouldn't have. I should have thought about that phrasing. Now, where was I? Moving on. Jen says, "Was Cathie Wood at the World Economic Forum?" I'm not 100% sure if Cathie Wood was there or not. I mean, I follow her on Twitter. I don't really follow her closely enough to be like, "Oh, she was here on this date and here on that date." But I'm not sure. You might be able to just Google that. Green Goblin says she should be. I mean, she's one of the most influential people, so yeah, probably be a good idea. Probably be a good idea to get her on that. What says, "Besides Tesla, what has Cathie Wood been right on?" Well, I mean, now granted, everyone's a genius in a bull market type of deal, but pretty much everything. I mean, again, in that bull market, and then is she down on everything in this bear market? Yeah, but so is everybody else. But it's just the fact that the gains that she had gotten, like they outperformed the market by nobody's business. Whether it's RK, RW, RG, and what was it? It was Square, Illumina. She invested in Zoom. I didn't invest in Zoom. She invested in like Teladoc. I did not, but I did like Teladoc. I just didn't invest in it. I don't know if she was in Fastly, but we were in a lot of the same things. A lot of the same things we were both in. And again, let's just say Square versus PayPal. I could have gotten both, but I chose to put everything that I would have put into both into just Square. Why? Because that happens to be the one that I thought was going to go up more, and it did. Same thing with Fastly versus Cloudflare. I was like, okay, well, Cloudflare is X amount, and Fastly is this amount. Fastly has more to grow. I put in Fastly. Fastly goes up more. And again, Cathie Wood did pretty much the same thing. She was in everything that went up, but again, the outperforming of the markets, I think, is how you should probably judge that if we are to judge. But yeah, pretty much everything on the balance sheet for her companies in the bull market. In the bear market, obviously, everything's down. Moving on. Where was I? Not a bot says Bitcoin is great if you like a 2x. I'm interested in 100x. Yeah, I mean, again, for somebody that doesn't really know crypto and doesn't really know, I just Bitcoin's safe. Like the person that was trying to troll. Oh my god, it was so funny. Let's see if we got. Let's see if they deleted their comments. Yeah, you need to look out for your friends and not encourage them to gamble with their money. So I of course said Bitcoin is the safest crypto anyone can buy. If you want to call investing in crypto gambling, that's your prerogative, but any financial advisor worth their salt would just call it investing because, again, it's Bitcoin. That is the cryptocurrency. I mean, Ethereum number 2, and I hear a lot of deep arguments why Ethereum might flip Bitcoin at some point. Will it? I don't know. I think collectively Ethereum and everything on the Ethereum blockchain, mostly a lot of layer 2s, maybe that can compete and come close, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, my advice to some people when I was investing just in stocks with and Tesla, it's like I felt really bad because when they only had a small amount of money to invest, it's like, okay, buy one share of Tesla, and like that was it. They had like $1,200-$1,500. Like, yeah, just buy a share of Tesla. It's like, wait, that's it? Like, shouldn't you diversify? Shouldn't you do this? Like, yeah, I mean, if you want to be like super safe and have like menial gains, you can. But I was like, should probably Tesla's probably your better bet. And the ones that listened, enjoyed it, and the ones that didn't probably made a little bit of money. Did they outpace the rate of inflation? I don't know. But yeah, so I would, in that same breath, I would say anyone that only has a small amount to invest here, let's say they have a couple $1,000s. I wouldn't tell them to get, with like $2,000. Yeah, buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, $500 worth of Ethereum, 100 of like Cardano, 100 of Solana. Like I would just be like, at that point, just put it all on Omi. Again, what I would tell my friends, not financial advice to y'all. And I would make sure they understand that it could go away, it could go down, anything can go down at any moment. Yeah, moving on. And so I don't know if I can say it. And this is not inside information for anywhere. This is me and a buddy. I'll just say this: me and a buddy that said, "Hey, Chavez, I'm going to pass your Omi holdings by 2024." I was like, "Oh, so you're gonna?" And I was like, "Oh, so you want to buy a little here, a little there, and you want to slowly buy up till 2024?" He's like, "Yeah, because this person was convinced by another acquaintance that Omi is going to stay down at a penny for like the next year-ish." And I was like, I think that's absolutely wrong. And the person that said like, yeah, I think I have some time, and by 2024 I'll catch you. And I made it sound like, no, you won't. Like if you have this money set aside and it was just gonna upload slowly, it's not gonna happen. If you take that money aside and you put it all in now and you have more than me now, yeah, sure, absolutely. Whether it's now, whether it's like a month from now, where Omi might be 3 zeros. Again, we've been talking about this for a while. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna happen. A lot of people think it will. If it does, great. I'll try to buy some. If not, no big deal. But yeah, whether they buy it now at 3 zeros, cool. But if I told my friend, my good friend, if you're gonna wait until 2023 to do the bulk you're buying, you're not gonna pass me. Like, because Omi will have gone up so much at that point. Now, again, will it be 35 cents next year? Probably not. No. Will it be like 4 or 5 cents next year? Yeah, possibly. Probably reach a couple cents though. But again, like, buy it now. Like, if you buy a million Omi now and it costs you $1,600, but if you buy a million Omi a year from now, it'll probably cost you $20,000. Just at 2 cents, which is is nothing. It's nothing. Now, where was it? Drew says, been here since the boiler room days. Keep going, Randy. Found you through E2 and got into Veve. Through that, the patient will thrive in both projects. Agreed 100,000%. So here's what I like. There's a couple of people in like the Earth 2 region, in like the Earth 2, whether it's the their Discord or wherever, that just I think they have like PTSD from when phase 2, and yeah, it's not just Veve. They have the when as well. When phase 2, when this, when that, when resources, when essence, and finally we get essence, we get we get all this stuff, we get jewels. They don't think that essence is going to be worth a lot. Like a bunch of people were thinking like it'll be like a penny. I was like, you realize that market cap would be nothing, right? That market cap, like, me, Arya Realty alone, me and Arya Realty by ourselves, if essence was a penny, could buy everyone out. Like, no joke, like no cap. So I was like, okay, well, what would the market cap be if it's at $1? It's just a $200 million market cap, and that's if essence has 200 million circulating supply at that time, which we don't know if it will. Probably gonna be slightly less than that. Essence, that production has slowed down a little bit. But then some people are like, okay, well, it won't get there. Maybe it'll be at $1 for a second, but then people are just gonna sell. How many accounts on Earth 2 do you think have hundreds of thousands of essence? Which again, let's say there's 100. Let's say there's 100, and there's 100,000. 100,000 essence per account, and let's say there's 100 of them, which there's not, but let's say there is, and you have what is that? That's 10 million essence. Okay, well, if that's $1, then okay, well, that's $10 million. That's it. That's bought up in a day. That will be bought up in a day if you think that they're not going to break through that sell wall. And that's if all of them decide to sell at once, which nobody's going to do. People take profit, but and again, I don't even have that much. I only have maybe 36,000 essence. Not a ton. But yeah, people are really underestimating the heck out of it. Look at the KPI of Earth 2. Look at the Discords. Look at Telegram. Look at everything of Earth 2. Look at Decentraland. Look at Sandbox. Earth 2's bigger. BV's bigger. Like this is why I'm so bullish on these companies. I don't know how many times I have to say. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. All right, moving on here. Jelson says, get her on. I'm trying. It says, noted, not a bot. Noted. Mine. Love Reddit sometimes. Why can't this guy reprint the papers? He really honors his supporters with ripped, wrinkled, and coffee-stained pieces of paper. Come on, bro. Spend the extra 50 cents and reprint the pages. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to upvote that. that was funny. And he's right. I will. I do have somebody else that should be on the fridge. I'll let y'all know when they decide to send that payment, and then I'll put them on. Anyway, moving on here. Buck Nasty, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Godmaster Ryan says, what's up, Godmaster Ryan? Hope you're doing okay. Donna Marie says, get Michael Burry. Does he have Twitter? I feel like Twitter's my best chance at getting people. Michael Burry. Oh, I put Buffy. Cassandra BC is at Michael Burry. Okay. Well, he's not following anyone. 10 years ago, it's an age of infinite distraction for those willing. Oh, all right. Let's see if he So Amar Singh had posted. He has a Twitter now. He promised me he'd get a Twitter, and he's got a Twitter. I'll show you guys that in a second. Oh, okay. Oh, he does respond to his tweets. Okay, cool. So I might be able to. I don't know. I'll give him a. Well, I can't message him. Obviously, dude's got crazy amounts of. All right, so he's getting really political. It says January 6 protesters not kill anyone, and Congress was back in session later that day. It was a minor speed bump on the very treacherous and poorly kept road that America has nevertheless successfully traversed for almost 250 years. Fair point. And he continues on to say, okay, well, this is going to get too political. So I'll just be like, agreed. Do you want to come on the podcast to talk about it? Question mark. Meow, meow, meow. I would love to get this man on my platform. So let's see. I mean, that was also a little while ago. I'll see if he responds. But I'm following him now, and I am, yeah. Anyway, so Amar Singh. Let me go and he is. If you want to follow him, Art Patron Amar. Art Patron Amar is his Twitter. I had asked him to get a Twitter. He did get a Twitter, so my personal mission is gonna make sure people go and get that. And again, this is the people that the guy that brings pride, and again the other pride that's gonna come in to Veve. So we should give him a follow. Smurf Dabs said, "What's up, bro? Hope all is good. Smoke a bowl here at work for you. At work for you. What's your thoughts on Batman Who Laughs?" So, for those of you that don't know, Batman Who Laughs is such a cool story. It's so legit. Now that being said, I feel like a lot of people don't know what the purpose of that is. Like, I feel like people will be like, "Oh, it's just a different version of Batman," and they don't know that it's like Batman Joker, and he's gonna kill people. One of the I actually have one. I bought one because because it's awesome. So it's about $50 right now. Well, there's only there's like 0.6% of them that's available, because only 89. Yeah, there's not a ton. Not a terribly thin floor though. It'd take you thousands to get to 100, but yeah, I like it. I think it's really cool. I think there's a reason that they made 16,800 of them. I think he's really cool, and I like where he's going. I like that type of stuff. Moving on here. Rob Stone, thank you for the super chat, saying, "Randy, my throat gets destroyed. Chavez." I am never gonna live that one down, am I? Like, I feel like Captain America that says language, and Tony Stark's like, is nobody else gonna comment on the fact that Cap said language? And for God's sakes, watch your language. Oh God. Mozzarella cheese and some eggies? Yo, this is peak civilization right here. And Duff Chaos is laughing. Wes, thank you for the super chat. Besides Tesla, what is she been right on? So I did go over that before. I'll do another thing real quick. Square, Illumina, I don't know if she did Fastly. Zoom, pretty much everything. Everything that she bought in 2020 went up super hard. Rob Suff says, "Kathy is down now, but her track record is phenomenal." Agreed, 100,000%. Not a bot. Says, "Lynn Alden would be a great guest to get Randy." She has a bit. All right, Lynn Alden. Let's take a look. Let's go to. Does she have Twitter? We'll go to the Twitter and see if this Lynn Alden is a real person that has a. Oh wow. Yeah. Founder of Lynn Alden Investment Strategy, fundamental investing with a global macro overlay. Finance engineer. So I feel like we might differ on a lot of stuff. If it's like, I feel like, so let's read some of her stuff here. As a data point, apartment rents in my area are up over 25% during the past 2.5 years. This is not primarily from supply chains, war, etc. It's from a 40% increase in the amount of broad money during that period, including the biggest year-over-year increase since World War II. Damn! All right, well, she's got her facts. Says commodity, capex cycles, and war contribute to that as well. As for supply chains, the shocking thing is not how inflationary they are now. Instead, it's shocking how disinflationary they were for the past 25 years as we ship manufacturing overseas. Oh, by the way, I gotta go and get this guy. You guys will like him. This guy named Bo. Howdy, Bo. Randy here. And then I'll say, like, when's a good date to get you on the podcast? He's I should have said safe travels. Hope you had safe. That's too late now. But yeah, he's really cool. I met him at the airport. I think on the way back from DCon. or the way to decon? I think it's definitely the way back, because no, it's definitely to decon, because on the way back, I was a zombie. I was just like, I slept for like 45 minutes. Yeah, I don't know how I didn't get. Oh, that's by the way, I don't know how I didn't get sick, but got a reminder to take my vitamin C. I don't know why I got the chewable. I feel like I'm a kid, It don't taste good at all. I strongly dislike chewable stuff. I'd much rather just things that you can just swallow, like vitamin D. All right, moving on. What says Rob? ARK is down to 70%, less than a year. So is most of the NASDAQ. I don't think that's a phenomenal track record. And again, that's over the last couple months since recession. Herb ONB says, no way, Ethereum can change too much. Were you saying that because Ethereum can, and do you think that it can and will flip Bitcoin, or do you think that it's not as safe? Let me know what that meant. Rob Self says, yeah, if you judge anyone by a 6-month span of their career, you can make anyone look bad. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you can take a look at, like all the Babe Ruth highlights of him striking out. You'd be like, oh, this guy sucks. He can't hit the broadside of a barn. When, we all know. We all know what he did. Easy says, Randy, the real South American Randy Chavez. Risky, my man. What's going on, Easy? I hope you're doing well. You are a homie. And I wish you are. All right, so let's get back to this Lynn Alden chick. Whenever the debt GDP historically gets this high, it gets partially inflated away. Rather than defaulting on the debt, they increase their money supply and nominal GDP while holding interest rates below inflation levels. That's the Fed to a T. Of course, they're artificially low floor. Yeah. All right. So we actually do agree on stuff. Let's see what other stuff she's posting. On June 9th, she'll be joining Harley Baseman and Michael Green to discuss inflation dynamics. Number of Turkish lira to the dollar is back up when it started to break in 2021 when policy makers came in with massive intervention. It's like holding a beach ball underwater. Yeah. Yeah, she is not a big fan of NFTs. So Watcher Guru had put out a thing 4 days ago that Bored Ape Yacht Club and other side metaverse Discord servers have been hacked. Millions worth of NFTs reportedly stolen. And why did I say it in Dumbledore's voice? Because she posted a Dumbledore thing like, what did you expect? So that's that. So we agree on the economic side of the macro, but it's the NFTs and the crypto that I don't know if we would. Yeah, we're definitely not going to agree on that because it seems like she's not into the metaverse. But I guess that would be good, get an actual debate on here. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely learn from her as well, because I have a very broad it's not a very focused. It's like I kind of know a little here, a little there, but she knows like world everything. Like Italy, Greece, Spain have higher debt to GDP ratios now than they did during the European sovereign debt crisis. That's why ultimately there's no plan to cease debt monetization other than perhaps for short periods of time. I think we could definitely learn from each other. Maybe it would be a good podcast. Does she accept messages? Definitely not. No, it's weird. A lot, and I'm gonna probably have to do that at some point as well. When people can no longer send you messages unless you follow them. Yeah. Moving on. ARK. Wes says, look at ARK in general since it started. Not very good gains. Before ARK, she was an average investor, not just being negative, just stating facts. ARK in general outperforms the market pretty well. And unless if it's just RK, well, let's take a look at RK. And we'll compare that to the market here. We'll go and... Ooh. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Alright, we'll do a 5-year. Going on to 137. Going on there. Okay, what does the S&P grow at? Average of about 9% a year. So let's just say they both start at the same time. on July 1st, 2017 of 29.62. So 29.62 times 1.09, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would put the growth of the S&P at about $45, but that's not including the recent recession we've had. And this has been up. So yeah, consistently outperforming the market. Not including the recession that we're in right now. ARK at 45 and the S&P 500 would have been the same. But again, I am not in this calculation where I put, growing 9% a year for the S&P 500. That is not including the, I don't know, I'll put like, I'll be really nice and I'll multiply it times 0.70 so that it is only going down 30%. And, at 31, where ARK is at 45, and, before this, it was literally at 137. Like, yeah, this outperforms it like nobody's business. And that's a consistent 9%, or versus a consistent 9%. Sheila Carpenter says, smash that like button, aka thumbs up. Smash it, smash it. He said, I hope you have kids one day, if not that you know of. Not a curse. They would be the luckiest kids to have you as a dad. Oh, man, All right, so you're going to learn about Chavez here. I did not always have the happiest childhood. And so remember in that episode of Everybody Loves Raymond, where they're talking about like spanking their kids or doing whatever, which again, like if we're looking at Ray Romano's age, he was definitely in that age where he definitely should have got spanked. Why? Because I was in that age. Anyway, he has a heart-to-heart, like one of the only heart-to-hearts he has with his dad in the whole series. And they're talking about spanking of kids. And he said like well, what, Dad? You didn't spank me, and he's like, well, yeah, I couldn't, but and he's like, what? Did you get hit when you were a kid? And Peter Boyle, who plays Frank, is like, yeah, sure, we all did back in the day. The fact that they put that out there so that that Peter Boyle, Frank Barone, broke that cycle of he got hit and he did not hit his kids. That is not the norm. That is the exception. A lot of people who get hit when they're kids, they do a lot of hitting when again, I don't want to say that's everybody, but I feel like that's the general norm. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there is again, whether I deserved it or not, I don't know. I don't really remember. I remember getting hit though. And I remember like, why did I get into boxing when I was younger? Because I was angry, like really angry. Why? Because, people, it was when you're a kid, people can hit, a kid in the 90s, definitely not now. People can hit you, but you can't do anything, but you can't hit anything else. Like, it's like, what, like, how is that? Like, that is the most ridiculous thing. And I'd be very worried about if I had a kid. Like, I don't think I'm strong enough to break the cycle. So I am breaking the cycle by not having kids. Because, yeah, I would, I no matter how much, Lucy I take, no matter how many trips with eating what Mario eats I take, that I've still never been able to get over that. So I can't. Would I love to play like Legos and Pokemon and stuff? Sure, absolutely. But then, takes two to tango. When you have a kid, you also, in theory, need a wife. You need a girl. And like, you ever see Mrs. Doubtfire with Robin Williams? And Robin Williams always like fun, like oh God, what's her name? Sally Field falls in love with Robin Williams because of his energy, because she's like, an office drone and she's with other office drones, and Robin Williams, who plays Daniel, is just so different and fun and quirky, and he's got energy, and and I feel like not that I'm trying to compare myself to Robin Williams, but I feel like I'm relatively carefree, and I was like, I like to laugh. I like fun, and the, that's a great movie. That's a fun movie, but that's also like a horror movie for dads. Like you love your kids so much, and they get taken away from you. It's like, oh my god, and it's like and he literally he pleads insanity because his kids were taken away, and like I don't. There is too much potential for heartbreak, and I don't think that is worth the risk of what I want to do long term. So what I want to do long term, obviously, is you know accelerate the conservation of land for animals, and then if I could do other stuff in between, which I might. I posted a tweet before. It said I would come out of retirement for the right cause. I think the right cause will come along relatively shortly, within the next year, get me to come out of retirement. Now again, the only I have is what I have. But if I can do something where it's not as intrusive to what I can do here, as far as still building the Randy Chavez brand, building the audience to keep doing videos every day and doing lives, then I will totally do it. If I can't, then if it's too much of a conflict, then I won't. But I know I'm being really cryptic, but again, not all the things that I'm not releasing, like secrets. This has nothing to do with Veve. This has all just my own personal stuff, which I'll keep you all posted on. Rob Stone says Spider-Man comic number 130 is slept on comic, only 9 available in the market. Nice. I wonder how much are they? Watch Enterprise says Chavez got the company to front my ticket to NFC NYC. Juice. Wait, you got your company or the company you work for to front your ticket to NFT NYC? Dude, get that bread. Get it. I really want to go. I think I have like another 2 days in order to get the ticket for $800, and if it what do you call it? If I get it, then I only pay $800. If I don't get it, then it goes up to like $1,000. And I was like, or like $1,300. Like, oh damn. So if I'm gonna get it, I'll keep y'all posted. I'll let y'all know. All check games. I got the Secret Rare Thanos comic today. A couple golden moments. Payday. I completely forgot about the drop today. I was so focused on trying to do the best that I could with the Marseille. I was like, okay, let's see. What can I ask? I'm just trying to think. I did not drink though. I was very proud of myself for that. But taking a shower, I just completely forgot about the drop. Super VBK says, do you invest in Superworld or OVR? Not yet. I have heard good things. My Olaf, all good things. But I haven't taken any plunge into that yet. Easy says, hey Randy, would you by chance have a Batcal NFT or 2, etc.? I think DC's going to erupt. It's load. I don't. I had a couple people say I could borrow one because in NFT NYC there is a special place in there for Batcal owners only. So I would want to try to borrow one. And yeah. So maybe I will. I'll keep you all posted. Marcus Cole says Pride set dumped today after the interview. Did it really? Let's see. Let's take a look at the Givenchy. Now, when you say dumped, I'm very curious to see what it is you mean by dump. It did not dump. It went up like $500. This was like $1,600 up to $2,100. Oh, it pumped today. I misread that. Marcus Cole. Pride said pumped today. You're absolutely correct. I'm just a brain dirt. I dirked. I haven't exercised in a couple days. Got a hurt shoulder. My neck does feel a lot better today. Not 100%, but yeah. So apologies for that. That was my mistake. Pride said do be pumping, Marcus Cole. My apologies. I read that wrong. Jojo says I already have a bunch of people pissed at me because they can't cash out. Did you tell them that any investment, that any money that they put in can always go to zero at any time? Again, not that their money went to zero. Again, they could still cash out with gems. Like gem for USDT and that type of deal. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, that'll come eventually. When will it come? Probably sometime in Q3, MTL, maybe Q4. Who knows? Cole teases, where do you get your income from? Where do you get your income from, Randy? Do you have a job? I had 2 successful businesses, one in high risk lending and the other in high-end collectibles, specifically Pokemon cards. And I had made enough there where last year around sorry, I just had a really bad thing in my throat, really bad pain. So I retired in March of last year, and kind of just lived off savings. I do every now and then, I do get every week. It's nothing. It's like $50 a week, give or take, because I still have money coming in from that high risk lending business, even though I haven't worked it in a long time. And yeah, so that, and then just YouTube, help pay the bills. That's pretty much about it. Patreon, which Patreon just asked me for a W-9 because I guess I made enough with Patreon that they want to go and yeah. So like for this month's Patreon, I go to withdraw it and it says complete your W-9 to pay out. So it's got to report to the IRS. So I don't know what that is. I don't know how to upload those. So either this Patreon is going to keep building and I'm going to have a lot, or I'll figure it out. I don't know. I'll keep you all posted. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really. I haven't worked in a while. Joe Hanuman says Musk is making a fool of himself with Twitter. I don't think he is. I mean, you could. I mean, some people might think him a fool. He's one of the smartest men in the world, but yeah, people could think he's a fool. Chavez Megacity says, so are we able to earn more OMI by staking OMI? Yes. On Ascendex, it's not available for US peeps. There are people that are going to say just use a VPN, and that can work, using a VPN and staking that way so that it doesn't know your location. But if they ever find out you're using a VPN, they can freeze your account indefinitely, and you could essentially lose all your OMI, or at least what you put in there. So I definitely do not advocate for that. Definitely not. I don't think that is worth the risk. So, well, Chavez, how are you staking OMI? I'm just not. So, yeah, I mean, you could also, if you trust someone, you can give them your OMI, and then they could stake it for you. But again, that whether they're in Europe or Canada or whatever, but if you do that, they have to pay taxes on the what do you call it, on the gains, on the staking. So they would have to sell some of that OMI to pay for those taxes, and then maybe a little extra to pay for their that sale. So then what are you left with? Like 5%? I don't think it's worth it right now, at least. Deanne809 says, Pride pumped after the interview. Heck yeah, it did, baby. Heck yeah, it did. Pump it up. You and Marcus Cole got it absolutely correct. It did. Sean ZZ says, Randy, that VV party seemed like a movie. Oh, yeah, dude, that was great. Also, when you have a what do you call it? When I did that interview, I'm not done watching that. Interviewing the Omi homies, Max and Janie, Taps, everyone else there at What Wizard VV. That was a lot of fun. That meant a lot, because everybody was so real there. Everybody just a little tipsy, had a little bit to drink. We all just I don't know if did I interview a Kill Patterson? I don't even remember. I don't know. Good times though. It says Chavez Megacity on Ascendex. Herb Owenby says, I don't think it will flip Bitcoin. I don't think it will either. I think Bitcoin will always stay ahead, but man, there is I think Ethereum's going to be pretty darn close. It's going to give Bitcoin a run for its money. Name that reference. Cole teases, what juicy altcoin you invested in besides OMI? Just OMI. Immutable X I think is really good too. I think Immutable X is super undervalued. But yeah, just OMI. That's all I got. Oh, and I guess Essence as well. Essence, although it's not listed yet, The only way I got it was literally just because of the because I played the Earth 2 game and had a lot of tiles and all that jazz. No, where was I? Jojo says Raoul Pow? Raoul Pow? Jojo's SB 500 outperforming RK by 10% the last 5 years? There's no way. Like, I just looked at it. There's no, it wasn't. Director Wolfdog said, "What's the word on your taxes, Randy?" Well, they are a thing, and I'm paying them. I'm not happy about it, but I'm paying them. You know. Joe Hanuman says, "Once you decide to break the cycle, you start seeing cycles everywhere." Yeah, that's yeah, definitely. Yeah, but I mean, again, I do know others that are just, they got, hit same as me, but they're like just the best people now. They're just so awesome and chill and cool people, and they're just, I don't know, that made them say like, okay, now I never want anyone to go through this, and yeah, so there's some really good, amazing, awesome people out there. Love them. Mm-hmm. Blah, blah, blah. Joe Hanuman says grievance collection. Grievance? Yeah. Oh, is that what it's called? Doctor of Stuff says, "Tell us all your secrets, Randy." I mean, I guess I could tell you the stuff that so the reason, like, part of the reason for this is a little bit before the David Yu interview, maybe like the last 2 to 3 months, I get job offers. I don't take them because a lot of them are just, they want like 40 hours a week for like $50,000. It's like, why? Like, why? Like, that's not worth it at all. I can go back and make six at my old job if I needed to, but but they have become, and they were pretty scattered before. They have become slightly more frequent. And that David Yu interview, I think, really, like, it just happened to be coincidence that, oh, hey, now, ooh, it's like Henry Cavill after he played Superman, offers coming in out the yin yang. So that's why I made this, saying like, hey, I want to kind of refocus this into just growing the hobby as much as I can, because if I do decide to take a position somewhere and I can't do this as much as I want to really maximize the guest. So I mean, I would still try to go live as much as I can. I guess I'd still try to do it. It'd be so hard to do this as much as I do it and do something. Maybe I wouldn't even do it full time. I don't know. I'll, if I could work with a company that would say like, yeah, just do like 15 hours a week, man, and we'll, yeah, and if I could do it on like a quarter by quarter basis, I would totally do something like that, just because I don't want to sign like a 2-year like, why I didn't even apply for, that Veve, what's that called? The Veve, oh God, what's that? The social media manager, is because it was, I think they might have paid 6 figures. But if I had done like, that's 6 figures, and they wanted you to work for them long term, it's like, okay, well, what does that mean? Like, does that mean like 2 years? Okay, well, when Omi is at, when Omi's at like a couple cents next year, and I have like $4 million, I'm not gonna give a crap about a job where I make 100,000 a year. Like, it's just not gonna. And I don't want to be under contract and be like, oh man, I'm gonna have to pay through the nose if I break this contract. So I would, if I were to do something, and if I were to work for a company or someone, whoever, I would be outside of them, outside of CEO, I'd be the hardest working person they had for them. That's what you get with me. I'll give you references from full-blood colonels in the military. I'll give you references from like all the people I helped make rich in the high end. I'm not high end, high risk lending business. I think what I do now kind of speaks for itself. I don't even work for Veve. Like this, they sent me shirts and they sent me a light. I don't really work for them though. Like, I'm not on their payroll. And so if I do something for, I take it by a 3 month by 3 month basis. Okay, well, if I make X amount of dollars, in these 3 months, and then I go and I say, okay, well, now I can reevaluate in another 3 months. Only still down where it is, I'll do another 3 months. If Omi's at a penny, maybe I'll do 1 month just to, help train the new person type of deal, and I'll give you like a 4 week warning. Yeah. Moving on. Mm-hmm. Sean Zizi says, honestly, Randy, even if you didn't do VV content, I would still watch. Oh, Bay. Thank you so much, Sean. All Check Gaming says, yeah, I don't care much for my dad, lol. He's just some dude with my mom to me. Yeah, that is a feeling that many people share. I wish they didn't, because that means a lot of people got hurt. But yeah. Dr. Stuff says, yo, Randy, Rain and I definitely want to meet up with you while we are at NFT NYC. Oh, man, I'm really going to have to go. I'm really going to have to go. Y'all are going to, yeah, I want to also. You guys are so cool. You guys are so much fun. Tonight's Wednesday, right? Oh my God, tonight, you have the thing tonight, right? I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm going live at the same time as you. But yeah, totally. Wes says, Randy, Special Forces Chavez 2022. I was not Special Forces. I had friends in Special Forces. I was not Special Forces. I was not even Security Forces. I was not even Security Forces Augmentee. I did, however, this is what they like don't tell you when you first join is like, yeah, you should so they're kind of right. Let's say you should volunteer for everything. That gets you in good with the right people, and that can, get your name out there, get you a good impression. But they should have warned you that when they say, yeah, we need a volunteer to help train old school battlefield airmen, and I didn't know what the fudge that was, when I first got in. And I was like, yeah, Chavez here. I'll go. All right, Chavez, yeah, you go. I was like, yeah, I got it, sir. And then what I didn't know, it was taking all these older combat vets that are coming back in, and when they say you're helping them train, you're not like running with them. You're not like doing pull. You're not like you're kind of exercising. You are in a makeshift town, in a simulated battle environment, and you have airsoft guns. But yeah, these. Oh my God, it was like, it was the most barbaric yet beautiful thing I've ever seen. I got shot up so badly. And thankfully at one time they did sides. They just like, okay, all right, now we'll do sides. We'll split them up, and y'all can pick. And I got picked for a random side. And because when I joined, I only signed up for 4 years. If you sign up for the military for 6 years, or at least in the Air Force, you automatically get 2 stripes on your sleeves right after basic training. And I didn't do that. I was like, I'm just going to sign up for 4 years. So I had 0 stripes on my sleeve for quite a while. So they were saying like, hey, slick sleeves, peek around that corner. I was like, are you sure? Like, yeah. I peek around. Oh God. So yeah, they kind of abuse you that way, in all good fun. Yeah, no, I being shot just from Air Force stuff, just from like being like, and they put you on your ass. They're like they have so much fun with it. It is like a playground for those old school battlefield airmen. They're like flipping you over, and they're like, oh my God, they're disarming you, and they're makeshift like. It's like, okay, yeah, I would die. That made me not want to try out for battlefield airmen. I wound up putting in the application for it like a few years later. They just never called. I was like, okay, maybe my PT scores weren't high. Although I would get over a 90 on my PT scores all the time, so it definitely wasn't that. Maybe the ASVAB too high. I don't know. Moving on. Joe Hanuman says, my father was an abusive cop with a charming personality, so he insulated himself from repercussions. Oh man, yeah, that's like the roughest, especially when like the person that's doing the beating is like law enforcement, because like they have like everyone on their side, especially the charming personality. They have like their brothers and sisters on the force, and it's that's really that's almost like sociopathic, where you just put on this facade, and then in the background you're just like, oh, there's a mean drunk, like it's, oof, oh that I'm getting. Yeah, I'm getting hot just thinking about that. That's chills hot. Yeah. Moving on. Marcus Cole, I said pumped. You did. I'm an idiot. Jason says, hey, Randy, you're still moving to Florida? I want to. I want to get out of this cold. Yeah. I hopefully by December I get to go to Florida because I want to get out of this cold, like so bad, like really really badly. So we are at about an hour, so I'm going to go and do a Patreon member shout out. Where I'm gonna still do another one. I'm gonna still do this one. Maybe when the night is dead, I'll crawl into my bed. I'm staring at these four walls again. I try to think about the last time I had a good time. Everyone's got somewhere to go. And they're gonna leave me here on my own. And here it goes. I'm just a kid and my life is a nightmare. I'm just a kid, I know that it's not fair. So everyone, please check out at Hey David Dunn and at King Mavs Forever over on the Twitter. You got Standoff Chart and King Mavs over on the Veve app. You got Kobe Collects and Only Player One over on the YouTube. Wraithax.eth domain name. Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, Vive Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy of Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, Veve Darklink, Meta Lemon, Veve Vibes, all on the YouTube. And then you got at Nomad with Guitar, at Wet Wizard Veve, and at Gary O at 1234CA3, all on the Twitter. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Shout out to making it an hour so far. Moving on. Hang on one second. Moving on here. Where were we? Mike says, do you like cheese? Yeah. Yeah, cheese is great. I was eating a whole bunch of cheese before. Aaron says, drinking honey on cam. Got some thick drip. My money don't drip. Oh, yeah. It folds. I like to see it. Yeah. It do be dripping, though. Crazy Dan 420 says, I still firmly believe in the old saying, spare the rod, spoil the child. It is something that all parents need to understand and apply, especially in today's society. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know how to discipline a kid. I wouldn't, like, I don't know. Like, it's just the nuances of saying, like, how do you deal with people that are, like, passive aggressive and mean, and how do you deal with people that are, excuse me, I mean, you want them to, like, stand up for themselves and defend themselves and, deal with bullies, but also you don't want them to be the bully, and then you don't want them to, like, hit unnecessarily. Like, it's such a weird time to raise kids. Social media. I mean, thankfully, I didn't grow up with social media, but I, adapted to it as it came out. That's just hard. And then there's so much time. It takes so much time away. From really what you want to do, and I can't. Also, I like money. I like sleep, and I like the boom boom. And apparently, kids just stop all of that for a while, and I just see my friends have kids, and they're just so tired for months. And I was like, oh my god, that sounds awful. And after a while, they become really happy, and their kids are their best friends, and they love their kids. And actually, and I know it. I've done the research. I've read the literature. Older people are happier when they have kids. Kids are your most important social connection when you get old. But like, heck, man, like in order to get there, oh my god, it's a lot of work. Joel Hahnemann says W9 is nothing. It's easy. I just haven't. It doesn't say where to like upload it. It doesn't say where to get one. Aaron says, stay safe, Randy. Be healthy, bro. Yeah, try my very best. Okay, so this person had DM'd me, saying, I decided to remove my post from your Facebook page and hope that you will really stop deceiving people about your financial status. You're not fooling anybody. So you retired as a millionaire at 30. I retired before I was a millionaire. And now you're looking for work. I have never said I was looking for work. It really makes me very sad to hear your stories year after year, and the fact that you continuously spin these tales to your friends, they put that in quotation marks, is a disgrace. I always hope that you would do something with your life, and it makes me incredibly sad that this is what you did with your life. I will no longer comment on your page, and I really hope one day you come out of your imaginary world and get a real job and become successful in life, because I and a lot of other people are not buying your story. Frankly, I feel sad for you. What should I hit this person with? What should I go? Obviously that's a whole lot to unpack here. So let me do. I wonder if I still have the. I don't. I had the. I had maybe I could do. I could download that Facebook thing, and yeah. So here's what. Instead of going to people and being like, hey, like insulting them, when someone's misinformed, you should go and give them a. Hang on one second. Can I? No, I can save the video, but can I download the video? Is what I want to know. Something went wrong. Add to playlist. Nope. Okay. Let's see if I can hold it. Damn, I can't download the video. Cast video, copy link. Okay, I'll just copy the link and I'll post it to her. It's when Greg Schultz, Biden's campaign manager, had said that I was pretty good at economics in not so many words. All right. Here's a link to President Biden's campaign manager praising me on my economic mind. I don't get royalty, politicians, who else? Royalty, politicians, actors, New York Times bestsellers, etc. on the podcast by being unsuccessful. And I will paste that, and that'll be the end of that. All right. Here we go. Moving on. Joe Hanuman says Musk works with old technologies. We went to the moon 50 years ago. Electric cars are old tech too. So, I mean, if you want to say like, okay, well, this is old tech also. This is from, Alexander Graham Bell's era. It's a phone. There are improvements on those old tech. So when you have something like, what do you call it? We say old technology went to the moon 50 years ago. A lot of that technology was lost, and he kind of brought it back. I don't think we'd really be going to the moon if it weren't for SpaceX, weren't for Elon Musk. And if you take a look at Sandy Munro, who's very well respected engineer, who goes and he's got a YouTube channel and he breaks down cars, and he takes them apart and he comments on the engineering. And some cars are good, some cars not so good, and Tesla's like. When he's breaking down Teslas and he has no idea how some of those things are done, that means something. Like this is not old technology. This might be an old idea, but new technologies. Again, the top graduating engineers of each universities every single year want to work at SpaceX or Tesla. They're number 1 and 2 every year. They're not. What do you call it? They're not doing that because for an old technology. They're doing that because it's new and exciting. So they might be old ideas, but definitely new technologies. Jason says Elon Musk is throwing some red pills. He might be. Henry Pye says, love the shirt. I'm waiting for a white one. My cousin sent to me from Decon. Get it. DN809 says, Randy Chavez X-Ray Fixie interview would be dope. I've asked him a couple of times. Like maybe I could ask him. It's been a while. Let me go and ask him again. Let me go to the Ray Fixie. And I will, he's only following 82 people, but he follows me. So I'm going to shoot him a message. And, okay, Ray Fixie. Interview would be dope. Okay. People want you on the podcast. Can we make it happen? I just farted. I'm so sorry. Okay, moving on here. Oscar Del Rio says, what kind of ROI would you expect for Veve Collectibles rentals in the future? And do you think one could live off that passive income? If you had enough, probably. Excuse me. Yeah, if you had enough, you probably could. But, I mean... Are people going to want to rent out Kripkins, or are they going to want to rent out like Superman and stuff like that? I think that Superman might be the better thing. Although again, if DC doesn't have their metaverse in there, but Kripkins does have a metaverse, and like, oh, you can only get into Kripkin metaverse land by having a Kripkin, then yeah, then maybe you could rent those out. Um, it really depends on which ones get utility. So I would say, if you can get into Disney for half off with a Walt, then you know you'd definitely be able to rent those out. And again, could you like a living on if you had enough of them, if you had enough of good NFTs that have utility and people are willing to pay, yeah, then sure. But how long are they willing to pay for that? How many, that I think that might be only a temporary thing. But I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Joe Hanuman says all the influencers are in bed with Vivi now. I wouldn't say in bed. Like also, I'm not looking for work. um, I get offers all the time, but I haven't accepted any because my time is worth more than what people are offering. Moving on. Where was I? I mean, well, influencer. I mean, we've always covered Vivi. Like we've always been very very bullish on it. So like nothing's changed. Vivi might be giving us a little more recognition now, but yeah, that nothing's changed. Says, do any of you influencers actually look at this stuff from a neutral perspective? I'm probably the most scrutinous because I have so much invested. Like I'm not just some 20-year-old kid that has like a couple $1,000s in there. No, I put hundreds of thousands of dollars into this Omi token, and it's literally like most of my net worth. And if I ever get a sense of like, oh, something ain't right, oh, we gotta start siphoning. We gotta take a little bit out. I'd be the first one to tell y'all. So like I said, I'm overly scrutinous. It's just why it seems like I'm like a moon boy or like a Komi can do no wrong is because they haven't really done a lot. Can they be better on their timelines? Absolutely. But I know why things are delayed. It's just most people that are investing in this have never invested in tech before or aren't familiar with it, so they just don't understand why delays happen. And I was like, listen, if it was if they weren't making money, or if I would be like, hey, they're not making money, and this is a good point, but nobody can say that. People's complaints are, two different things. Either they want to be, they think Vivi should be more decentralized, and we should, be able to take our NFTs and do whatever, or their complaint is we should be more centralized, and people that again, Vivi sets the price. This is the price, and if people want to pay for it, they can. If they don't, they don't. Vivi can't stop people from buying up here and selling down here. I don't know what the fudge that's about. I have zero idea why people would do that. But yeah, it's the reason why a lot of us seem like maxis, or why we're not, is because the company doesn't really do anything that's I mean healthy criticism, yeah, timelines should be a bit better with that. Or just not even do that. Just be like, yeah, well, overestimate. If I say that I think MTL will be done Q3, that's why I say, oh yeah, maybe Q3, Q4. Um, but yeah, they don't really do anything that warrants like insane criticism. Healthy, sure, but insane, no. Joe says my teacher from high school was Navy 30 years. He told us never to volunteer. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's good to. I mean, also, when was he in? Was he like, if he were to volunteer, would he go to like Vietnam? Would he go to like Korea? What like where would he go? But for like, so there's a difference between like Vietnam and Korean World War II vets than there are from like the OEF OIR vets. Operation Inherent Resolve and Operation Enduring Freedom vets. We're just a different breed. It's just a whole like you want to go on deployments. It's just what you want to do. Message from my buddy Craig saying, okay. Moving on here. Says you'll get in good. K-Back says Randy should try getting someone from Nintendo on the podcast. We would need to get someone from Nintendo, we would need a translator as well. I don't know if that's something that could be really done realistically. So we shall see. You're spending every day on your own, and here it goes. Moving on here. Where was I? Moved to Arizona, dude. So much better than Florida. Can't do it. Can't do it. I like Harry Potter World, and I like Disney, so I got to do that. Jordan Reese says, "Yo, Randy, owe me to the moon, or just stablecoin for now." It could be either or. Could be either or. Moving on here. Harry says, "When DC Comics?" I don't know. I mean, they already just they renegotiated their fee, so everything that you get, like they have, I think, the same fee as Marvel now. So maybe now we're good to get some comic books because they didn't want to release them before because they didn't want to release them before because they weren't going to get a fee, but now they are. So yeah, who knows? Well, what was says kids are overrated? LOL. Well, what was it? The saddest part is someone feeling the need to talk you down like that so they can feel better for themselves. So the person that was like trying to talk me down has kids. Like they knew me when I was younger, and they have kids that are around my age who I'm very friendly with. I'm very friendly with both their kids. But I just I didn't do the norm. I didn't do the I didn't go to college. I didn't go to college, a university. I didn't do that. I did military route, and then like this person has told me not to do things like every step of the way, and of course I keep doing them, and of course I keep being right. And I, and no disrespect to their kids that I know, which again we are friendly towards each other. I'm more successful than both their kids, like by a depending on how you define financially, and I guess career wise. One of the kids has a good marriage and a kid on the way, and that's so if you measure success by that, then they're more successful. But just measure it by I get to do what I want to do, and I can do whatever I want whenever I want. It's I think that she might be a little jealous of that, and I think that might be the driving factor. Like it's like this kid that came out of nowhere, came out of left field, better than my kid. No. So I'm just gonna pretend that all of Randy Chavez's success is not real. I mean, you can do that if you want. Moving on. Crazy Dan says, "Don't get me wrong, kids definitely need rules, guidelines, and discipline, but certainly not abuse, just like the Rottweilers." Oh, my Rotties. I love the Rotties. E2 says, "I want to be the very best, like no one ever was." Pokemon, one Pokemon. Oh, God. If even if we had Pokemon right now, like Mr. like talk to Mr. Pags, he is 100% certain that we have Pokemon. Mr. Pags is like, "We got Pokemon, bro. We got it." And I was like, no evidence. We have no like. If we take a look at some of the coincidences, then yeah, the evidence does point towards us probably having it, at least at some point. If we either have it now or we probably get it at some point. Just based on who the team is and based on the advisors are, and just God, look at us. But until they come out and say anything, even if we had it right now, the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, whatever. There is no. I don't think they would want to release in a bear market. I think they would want to release probably next year. So if we do have Pokemon, I would say next year. Crystal Strauss is just popping in to say meow, Randy, meow, 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 Randy. Keyvac says, "So saying MTL in March 2021 and delivering potentially Q3 2022 is not crazy, okay?" I mean, it really, a lot of things, like let's say Immutable, like the Immutable X. Remember when we were all on GoChain and we're trying to get on Immutable X? Why is it taking so long? Why is it taking so long? A lot of that did not have to do with Veve. Immutable X is just a new partnership. It's a new thing, and it just takes time. Same thing with MTL. Like regulations continue to change. Right? Like again, every other company is crapping their pants right now because of what like the Senate, that bill that was leaked. Comey's not. Comey is 100% within regulatory guidelines. They could have maybe gotten some stuff done by now, and maybe they would have to take a couple steps back after this, but now they don't. Again, a lot of this doesn't have to do with Veve. Like if Veve wanted to go and just do America or just do certain things right away, they would. And trust me, they have gone over the pros and cons of doing country by country, doing all at once. They believe that what they're doing is the best, and I don't know. You either choose to believe them or you don't. I choose to believe in them. So Easy says Navy equals never again volunteer yourself. Oh, okay, that works. That works. Never again volunteer. Sanders Ego says, since VCon, did you ever decide to get a V friend? I want one, but I don't know. I feel like I could, most likely, if I wanted to, just get more Omi as opposed to a V. Again, V friends are cool. I 100% think that V friends will be successful. Yeah, 100%. Crystal Shroud says, different lives, different paths. One size does not fit all. I definitely agree with that as well. Digital Phase Motivation says, don't want MTL. I want Omi to NFT. Yeah, I want that also. I want that 100%. I want to go to some YouTube comments right now and see what we got here. And one of the most recent comments is from AC saying, sticking with intermittent fasting, consistency was up. And I'd fall off that wagon constantly. This little tip, flip that on its head. Of course, everybody's body is different, but I hope this at least makes the temptation to eat an easier hill overcome for you. Keep fighting, Randy. You're worth it. Thanks, fam. And he left a link about how I can curb my appetite better. Maybe it'll help. Who knows? We shall see. Okay, now where was I? Going to do a hookie now. Do a hookie dookie dookie now. Okay. New comment from Clint Dow says, good evening, Randy. Hope everyone's day is going well. Yeah, it's going pretty good. Had that awesome interview before. I'm gonna do a video later after this. Maybe I should end the stream early. I mean, I'll go another couple minutes to make it to an hour 30, and then I'll go and do that. So yeah. Jay Burr says, word, I want to sell NFTs for Omi. LOL. They need to open the gates for crypto people already. Most people's collections increased more than their investment in Omi as well. Yeah, oh my god, last year. If you got stuff last year in like July or whatever during that valley there, and you got like 30 extra money. It was insane. It was absolutely bananas. Like, oh god, I love this game. I love this game so much. It's a good time, and now people are getting that second chance. We went up, went down. Here's your accumulation chance. Here's your chance. Digital Phase Motivation says you should do a podcast with Andre Jick. Yeah, probably should. I mean, he's very. Howdy, partner. I'm going to message him on Instagram. Chavez here. Because I don't think he uses Twitter that often, so there's Chavez here. Would you want to come on the podcast and talk Pokemon? NFTs, and general finance? So I messaged him. I was like, on October 12th, it says, Omi has just made me a millionaire. Would love to collab. Check out my YouTube, The Real Randy Chavez. And he said, congrats, man. So I messaged him again, just right now. So if I can get him on the podcast. And I think Instagram, he gets less messages, right? I guess what happened. Like, let's take a look at him on the Twitter. Yeah, it's only 73, but I can't message him on the Twitter, even though I'm following him. And he doesn't use it that often, so Instagram's definitely the way to go for me right here. Zuma says, if they don't deliver MTL in June, I don't know what to say anymore. Nothing to say. It's just gotta wait and see. Gotta wait and see. Clint Dow says, by the way, how do you like my YouTube profile picture? Thanks for coming out. Oh wait, Is that me? Oh my god, that's oh my yeah, I see it now. That's so cool. I have the best when Pokemon thumbnail. I got David, Dan, and Alex to sign a Pokemon card. Did I sign your card too? I know I signed one Pokemon. I definitely did. Mm-hmm. That's great, man. I'm glad to see that. Keeping the dream alive. We all live in a Pokemon world. Pokemon. All right, so we'll go do a Twitter message right now and see what people want. We got somebody saying, if you need some content, I highly recommend an interview with Jonathan Little about his degeneracy NFTs. Copy that. We'll look into. All right, moving on here. Where was I? Oh, I signed your friends. Okay, gotcha. I knew I signed one Pokemon card. Alice at UAV says you should do a podcast with Al Khan. There's like 0% chance that he would. Maybe not. Maybe greater than 0% chance, but yeah, I can't message him. It's he doesn't really use the what do you call it, the Twitter all that much. But yeah, well, I don't know where. Well, I guess I could mess around like LinkedIn. Been responsible for many of the biggest hits, licensing Couch Pet Kids, Pokemon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Also created marketing and licensing programs for iconic brands such as Nintendo, Mario Bros, Zelda, Donkey Kong, James Bond, World Wrestling Federation, WCW, Monster Jam, Monster Trucks, Xbox, Polly Pocket, a bunch of other things. I love how Khan started Veve Collectibles with David Yu and Dan Crothers 3 years ago, which is now one of the recognized leaders in the NFT space. Also became chief marketing officer for VidiPrints, introducing the first masks, Vericide masks that deactivate COVID-19 and its variants within a minute of contact with the mask surface. That's amazing. Still head of licensing of Veve Collectibles. I don't know if I don't want to take away from his precious time. Can't. Maybe at some point I'll try to see if I can get him to agree to that. JBR says, who's more low key with their announcements, Immutable X or Veve? Oh, Vive's more low key. I mean, Immutable X is like tweeting out everything. They're like, we have this, we have that, yeah, they're 100%. Immutable X is a little more loud, which is good. Willie says, rally the troops, let's grow the Veve fam. I'm trying so hard. Lulu says, I think Veve is almost ready for the marketing. # soon. I mean, it's got to happen at some point, right? We're hodling on for right now. Who knows? We shall see. Lulu says, Alex G growing the marketing team. Yeah, that's true. He is. That's a good point. It's a very good point. Moving on here. We got JBR says, no FUD, but how isn't Veve Twitter verified yet? But meme coins and ridiculous pages are. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, maybe it will be now, because now that we have the younger person in there that is in charge of all that, their social media presence. I can't wait to see their videos on TikTok. That's going to be amazing. I really can't wait for that. They are, Taps Trade talked about that. They listened. Very glad that they listened. TikTok is an untapped market. I'd tap that market. I meant talking about TikTok, not about anything else. Clint now says, Randy, I know we are still months away, but will you be going to Anaheim, DCon, and UK DCon? I'll be going to Anaheim. The UK DCon I have another con for, which unfortunately I already promised, my friends I'd go. And yeah, but I'll be there for Anaheim Decon in out in California in November. Can't wait for that. All right, I'm gonna go do a video. Everyone, thank you guys for the super chats. Everyone, comment down below whatever you want. Everyone say bye bye to Dashi. Bye bye Dashi. I love you guys. I'm so tired. Goodbye guys. Meow meow. Hey Randy, are you gonna watch the doubleheader Jurassic Park tomorrow? I am going to do that tomorrow. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna scan that ticket. I'm gonna get that NFT. I just want Omi to go up so we can all get our Omi tattoos. Heck yeah. I got you. Veve TikTok marketing sounds crazy. Gem purchases are going to increase like crazy. It will. It will. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Bruh.